there is really no disputing of the development of fetal neural tissue.
When you look at the anatomic development of the child, you know that the infrastructure, or the hardware, if you will, is clearly in place fairly early in development.
Sensory fibers are present from about the 7th week of pregnancy. By the 17th to the 20th week, the spinothalamic tract is fully functional. This is the sensory nerves as well as the motor nerves combined with the lower brainstem thalamus that regulates the pain response.
Even prior to full maturity of the cerebral cortex, or the more outer portions of the brain, the circuitry that allows us to feel pain is already in place.
The connection between the receptors from the skin to the spinal cord are intact. From the spinal cord to the thalamus are also intact.
As an obstetrician, I have seen babies at 16 weeks, when I've performed amniocentesis, withdraw their limbs if they accidentally encounter the amnio needle. I've seen babies born at the cusp of viability, 23, 24 weeks. These babies cry, they withdraw from painful stimuli like a needle or intubation. In utero surgery is performed routinely before 26 weeks. The anesthesiologist routinely anesthetizes the fetus because he believes they feel pain. When a needle is inserted into the hepatic vein in the liver, the baby withdraws vigorously. Immediate elevations in the stress hormones can be detected in the blood.
You can measure and see that their heart rates go up. You can measure and see that their blood pressure goes up. You can measure their neuroendocrine responses, and that all goes up, very consistent with that of a baby.
What we know is the nervous system is developed to a level of maturity where pain can be sensed. We do see physical reaction to stimulation, and that's not only with respect to actual movement of the child, or withdrawal or recoil, but to the release of stress hormones, which are a response to stressful or painful stimulus, and other responses such as elevated heart rate. There's just a plethora of data with respect to the development of the human nervous system, and actually a large volume of information now about treatment of children in utero and their response to that treatment, including their response to painful stimulus.
The JAMA article is actually really not a study, but rather a review of the existing literature dealing with pain. Their conclusion is erroneous. It's actually a very bad article.
There has been some argument that pain is multifaceted, and so even though perhaps signals could be processed, the emotional content or component of pain may be absent. But I find that to be a completely unacceptable argument, to say that anyone could feel painful stimulus, but because they can't put it into an emotional context, it therefore doesn't somehow count as pain.